Hi Taurus, thanks for tapping in. I'm going to be doing a really quick reading for you on your main concerns or worries right now, the advice and the outcome of your situation. I thought that there's no better time than now. We are very close to the end of the year, and a lot of people would do with the advice and the channeled messages when it comes to their worries and outcomes right now. So yeah, thank you for tapping in. Feel free to like, share, comment, subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. Take what resonates, leave the rest for someone else, okay? Yeah. Okay, Taurus. Universe, spirit guides, angels, clear, concise messages for Taurus. What's their current main concern or worry right now? Taurus's main concern or worry right now. Clear, concise messages. Lovers. Okay, Taurus, many of you are kind of worried about love right now, or for some of you, you may be single or you may be in a relationship. It's going to be different for all. But yeah, there's some sort of worry or concern regarding love or connections right now. For some of you, dating is a problem at the moment, whether you find somebody or not. A little bit more, please, regarding Taurus's main concern or worry. The Magician. Some of you, the ones that are single or dating, you're waiting for that person that's going to take charge and not be afraid to accept your flaws, or accept your insecurities, or accept all the things that you may feel like that hinders you as a person. Okay, some of you are looking for someone that just has that accepts you entirely, okay, who wants you for you, whether you could be male or female here. But yeah, the main concern is you're looking for that one person that is willing to accept everything, accept you as a whole. For some of you, you have personal situations that may feel like that due to your personal situation or your circumstances, this is something that kind of pushes people away. That's a concern for many of you. For some of you, you've had some past people that have been very manipulating, okay, which has hindered or jeopardized your trust when it comes to people, because you don't want to be treated like that again. For those that are in a relationship, I'm being led to say that your main concern may be a bit of a controlling energy, somebody that may be a bit manipulative or controlling, okay? Take it how it resonates. A little bit more for Taurus, please, for the main concern, their main concern and worries right now. Hermit. Some of you have been so independent for so strong and independent by yourself for so long. Yeah. The Hermit card here, I'm getting that many of you have been, it's nice to be independent. It's nice to count on yourself and rely on yourself, because that way, there's no disappointments, because you know what you want for yourself. But then at that same cost, it does get lonely at times. The Hermit is somebody that lives alone, or spends a lot of time alone, doesn't really let the outside world into his home, okay? So that's also a concern for many of you. Yeah, bottom of the deck, the Fool card. Okay, two stories I'm getting here for the main concern for Tauruses right now. Some of you are struggling to take that leap of faith because, again, your trust has been broken in the past, and you do not want to risk getting yourself broken or heartbroken again, or bumping into people that are no good for you. So when it comes to dating and stuff, you're struggling to get yourself out there in some sort of way, Taurus. Yeah. But again, on the flip side, for many of you, it's like you're waiting for that person that is going to be, you know, willing to say, I love you regardless, I love, or I want you regardless, okay? Or, you know, oh, it just gave me a channeled message there. I'm going to give you a quick little story. My mom, she's she's single, and when it comes to love, she would really love love, and she hates to admit it. But she's a very loving, she's a very romantic woman. But you know, and I want to, yeah, I just want to say, like, obviously, as a black lady, as a black woman, obviously we do have our we do like to wear weaves or extensions, etc. And you know, we had a conversation the other day about how, you know, it may be she's gonna try and dip and dabble into more natural styles, because she doesn't want to she doesn't want people to judge her for, you know, her having fake hair, etc. So again, as that's a channeled message with that conversation popping up in my head, many of you are struggling with this kind of when it comes to looks and stuff. It's like you're still kind of trying to find your style or find what works for you when it comes to dating, or, you know, but yeah, that might resonate, that story there, that little story there might resonate for some of you in some sort of way. For some of you, you may have baggage that you are, and I use that term very lightly, okay? You know, I don't want it to offend anyone, but, you know, you may feel like you have a lot of baggage, or, I don't know, maybe you feel like you've got kids, and that there are people that kind of run away when you say you have children, etc. Take it how it resonates. Or I don't know, some of you feel like, you know, you're at this age where I was watching those stupid pop the balloon YouTube videos, and I call them stupid because I really do think they are. Everyone's entitled to their own opinion, but it's like one girl came and she said, I'm 35, and then all the boys popped the balloons and said, no, that's a red flag. If you're 35 and you're single, that is a massive red flag. Like, why have you not already settled down? You know, there must be something definitely wrong with you. So yeah, that might resonate for some of you in some sort of way, okay? And that's why I really hate those pop the balloon shows. Anyway, moving on. What's the advice for Taurus, please, regarding this situation? Okay, too many cards, Spirit. Clear, concise messages. I hate when too many cards flip over because it's like information overload. Clear, concise messages for the advice, please. Universe, Spirit, guides, and angels. Clear, concise messages for Taurus regarding their situation. Okay. Yeah, 10 of Cups. Some of you need to go for people, very specific message here. Some of you need to go for people that have a similar story or upbringing to you, okay? Someone that you can relate to. Yeah, Mom. Yeah, that's fine. It's all right. Sorry about that. I just made her some dinner and she was like, thank you. But yeah, as I was saying, some of you need to go for people that have a similar upbringing or similar story to you, okay? Someone that's going to be able to relate to your upbringing or to your, you know, your life experiences, okay? That's something that we have for the advice here. Very small portion of you, you may have options that are from your childhood as well, that you may have never really thought about having as a dating option. For sometimes that actually works in your favour, so that's something to be a bit more open-minded about. I know people say don't go for the past should be left in the past, etc. But it's always nice to have someone that understands you and that has seen you grow, and they know your story. Okay, a little bit more for the advice, please. Clear, concise messages. Got the 5 of Pentacles. And the 4 of Pentacles. Yeah, some of you, again, for a very specific portion of you Tauruses, you are insecure about your finances and your stability, okay? Which has like put you in this place where it's like, nobody's going to want me because I haven't got this car, or nobody's going to want me because I haven't got that house yet. You know, you need to put away those insecurities there, okay? Because initially, if you're looking for someone, they need to love you wholeheartedly. They need to love you for everything, the person you are, what you're trying to make of yourself, and they need to be there from the start to the end, okay? And I know sometimes we say, you know, make sure you are in a good position before finding love, which is true to a certain extent. But at the same time, Taurus, you know, they need to accept you. You know, it's like, oh, they're giving me that channeled message. I don't know if any of you have heard 50 Cent, 21 Questions. He like goes through these verses where he's like, would you love me if I flip burgers at Burger King? Okay, that's going to resonate for someone in some sort of way. Okay, they need to love you at your lows and highs is what I'm getting here. Okay, bottom of the deck here we have, yeah, King of Pentacles. Some of you have been dating outside of your... It's nice to have high standards, okay? It is. But some of you, standards can be way too high sometimes, okay? And I say that very lightly. I don't want you to then go and pick up like a, you know, you know what I'm saying, Taurus. But what I'm saying is that sometimes your standards, I don't know, some of you are going for like, and I get it. Some of you only want the best for yourself, okay? Why shouldn't we? Why should we not want the best? But some of you having standards that are too high, okay? Going for people that are a bit flashy and stuff like that. They're the ones that are most likely to be players, okay? And it's not gender specific here. You could be male or female, or the person you go for, or the type that you go for could be male or female. But here, the King of Pentacles talks about somebody that's flashy. They like attention. They like flashing and showing off, okay? And, you know, some of you have been going for that character or that kind of person, and it's not always the best, Taurus, okay? So have a bit of a reflection about that, because those are the ones that, you know, always seek approval from other people. And if they're doing that, what's to say that they're not going to then take the next step and then go and cheat and, you know, entertain the crowd, entertain other people, etc. So just keep that in mind, okay? What's the outcome for Taurus regarding their situation, please? What's the outcome regarding this situation for their main concern? Okay, we've got the King of Cups. Possible offer coming in the future, Taurus, okay, if you do decide to take on this advice here. And it's going to be someone that's very different to the King of Pentacles energy, okay? King of Cups is opposite to the King of Pentacles. So instead of the flashy person, instead of the person that always seeks approval, this person is very nurturing, understanding, okay? So you can seek a friend first before seeking a lover in this person, okay? Again, it's not gender specific. You could be male or female, or this could be male or female, but that's the character or energy that's coming towards you in the future, okay? A little bit more, please. A little bit more for Taurus, for the outcome regarding their main concerns and worries. Yeah, someone's rushing in. King of Swords. Okay. Someone will be rushing in. I don't know whether you end up putting yourself out there in some sort of way. Maybe even after this reading, you go and make a dating website or something like that, or download a dating app or get yourself out there. But someone seems to be rushing in here, and it seems like the type of person that's very nurturing, caring, considerate, listens to you, accepts you for you. Yeah. Ace of Pentacles in reverse. Okay. It kind of ties in with what I was saying, okay? Some of you need to kind of get that standard down a little bit. You know, you need to really have that question in your head, like, do I want someone for money or do I want someone for love? Some of you may want somebody for money. I mean, I'm not judging, but I would not advise it. But here we have the Ace of Pentacles, okay? Taurus, don't be surprised if somebody comes along that, you know, may not be the richest person, may not have the fanciest car, may not, you know, but they're rich in love, they're rich in passion, they're rich in wanting to make sure that you're okay, making sure that you are comfortable, making sure, you know, you really do have to kind of outweigh the pros and cons here, because there is somebody that's going to be rushing in and they have more of a loving heart and they are rich when it comes to love. But on the, you know, you need to be open here, Taurus, when this comes in, because, you know, Ace of Pentacles, this person may not be the flashy type, okay? It may just be a normal, standard human being, okay? Nine of Swords here. Okay, clarify this Nine of Swords, please. Clarify this Nine of Swords. Clear, concise messages. Six of Swords, okay. I don't know if you heard all the commotion outside. You probably will hear it, but there was a lot of commotion outside while I was trying to talk and shuffle. And then as that commotion was going on, the Nine of Swords popped out, okay? For some of you, when you move along in a new connection with this new offer or this person coming in here, go into calmer waters, you may have the past calling, trying to see if you're okay. You know, we all have those exes that pop up out of nowhere, and it might put you in a bit of space like, oh my gosh, like, I've always wanted to hear back from them. You know, they may ask to meet up or talk, and it might kind of put you in a bit of a confusion situation, like, oh my gosh, I'm in a connection right now, like, why are you turning up, why are you popping up to me right now? So yeah, there may be somebody that tries to interrupt your new beginning with this new option here, so just be aware of that. And it might kind of put you in the Nine of Swords, like, oh my gosh, I've always wanted to hear back from this person. But that usually does happen, doesn't it, Taurus? When we get into a new connection, the past ends up calling, where were you when I was single? You know? But yeah, that's what the outcome is looking like. Yeah, behind that Eight of Wands, it's like you disappear because you end up, you know, the Moon card talks about, you know, not knowing where someone is, or, you know, the unknown. So it's like, you know, the past starts trying to find you, past people or a past ex or something, and it may put you in the Nine of Swords energy, because it's like you've always wanted to hear back from this person, but you have already gone to calmer waters elsewhere with somebody else, okay? So just be aware of that, okay? But Taurus, I'm going to end it there. Thank you so much for tapping in. I really do appreciate it. And if you haven't already, feel free to like, share, comment, subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend. I'd really, really appreciate it. And if you have already subscribed, I'm so grateful. Honestly, it doesn't go unnoticed. But yeah, have a lovely rest of the week. And yeah, take care, Taurus. Bye.